Alright, we've been gone for a bit, but I think it's high time we get back in the game. Hello, my name is Cosmic Gallade, and we are here. You see that logo, you see my logo. We're gonna play some Pokemon again. It's been a bit since I've done League. Let's fix that, shall we? We are in the PMC Showdown, Season 4, and oh boy, we got some value today. Let me show you. Let's just get right into things. For our first pick, we have Salamence. Now, normally, Salamence, like, it's an amazing mon. Don't get me wrong, it is a beast unto itself, and one of the dragon gods of Pokemon. And you think, Cosmic, why would you waste a tier 1 slot on Salamence? There are other dragons you could get. And that's just the thing. I'm not. You see, long story short, before the draft started, we got to vote. And these idiots voted for tier 2 Ments. Why? Don't ask me, I can't tell you. All I know is, they're handing me the season, and we just essentially got a deadly force for free. So let's go over what it can do. It can clean up, it can mixed attack, it can sweep, it can do whatever you want. It can even defog if you want to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. Well, maybe I will. Wish Salamence was a thing in the past, and it can be again. Just drop a Draco or two. But overall, like, in the coverage this thing got from Crown Tundra, the main thing holding it back in early Sword and Shield, if it were to be there, was no Flying Stab, but Dual Wing Beat. That changes everything. You don't need a Z move. Dual Wing Beat's good enough. It is going to be a monstrous force on the team. And I'm glad to pick this up as my tier 2 mon. Yeah, this thing was tier 2. I can't iterate that enough. Why was this thing tier 2? You guys are literally insane. Like, if you're watching this, just know you're all insane. Anyway, let's get on to our next pick. Our actual tier 1, Clefable. Now, if you're familiar with Pokemon at all, you know why Clefable is pretty widely hated. Like, it's a wall. It can eat hits. It'll stop your sweeps. It'll set up hazards. And it just refuses to die! And that's why it's on our team. Because for every Salamence that breaks holes in teams, you need a mon that can patch holes, including things such as Heal Bell, Wish Passing. Thanks to Teleport, it does that very well. And among other things. Not only that, it can Calm Mind Sweep, or just fire off a Moonblast and see what happens. Honestly, the coverage this thing has is insane, and the fair utility. Like, I am super glad I got this thing in tier 2, and this is our actual tier 1 pick. Oh, also, I probably should mention, no Megas, no Dynamax, just pure, raw battling. The Gen 8 experience, as you would. And yeah, I am hyped to get this thing going. Now, for our third pick, this is a little controversial, as, while it is certainly good, is Inteleon really a round 3 pick? Whatever, let's go into what we got. Obviously, you see at 120 speed tier. That's the main thing that's what attracts me to Inteleon, is its massive speed of 120. Also, the coverage is really good. 125 special attack is enough to break a few holes. And again, the coverage is pretty insane. Heck, it can even go physical priority if I want to go that route. Like, it brings a lot to the table, really. Like, some people are doubting me. Then again, if people are willing to draft tier 1 Cinderace without Libero, I think they can excuse a tier 3, round 3 Inteleon pick. Also, like, fun fact about how I draft, I usually tend to prioritize the Course, the Fairy, Dragon, and Steel, and the Fire, Water, Grass. And yeah, that's what I tend to do. However, I did decide to break that rule just this once with our next pick. Runair, I guess. This thing, I'm gonna be real here, this thing's a wall. You use this thing to wall, maybe fire off a Poltergeist or two, and that's all. Look at this thing, 145 defense, 105 special defense isn't that bad. It will spin block, it'll set up hazards. Like, you'll beg for this thing to stop. And yeah, our team, like, at the time of me planning this, our team was a little squishy. So I decided to fix that. And our next pick was not helping with our bulk issue. For Rizion. Rizion was mostly to patch up some holes in the speed tiers, get a Fire, Water, Grass score continued, And overall, a pretty good Dark Switch in that's not named Clefable. Especially since a lot of Dark types do have coverage for fairies now. But leave that to Virizion. Oh boy! This is gonna be a fun season with Virizion on the side. Other than that, it just mostly sweeps, acts as some special bulk. And I know Grass is not a good defensive typing. I get that. And yeah, quite weak to flying without a much good flying resist. Yeah, I know. But just, I like Virizion, and I'm gonna use it, because it's powerful. I know I may doubt myself now, and you probably do too. But just wait. I'm gonna prove everyone wrong, and this thing's gonna be a contributor. Now then, let's go for a mon that I know I'm gonna do well with. Super Saiyan 4 Lucario. Oh boy, this was the mon I was looking forward to using the most besides Salamence. Like, obviously, Tier 2 Mens, I'm gonna get most excited for that. But Lucario... Yeah, I have a history of liking Lucario, whether it be in the early Gen 8 meta. Heck, my first ever league, I took Lucario to finals. Yeah, my first ever league was finals. Can you believe that? This thing pulls out power right from the gate, and it doesn't let you go. Obviously, the king of priority. Bullet Punch, E-Speed, Vacuum Wave, Nasty Plot, Swords Dance. This thing is a master of all. Not only that, the coverage will allow it to punch holes in many teams. And yeah, this base speed of 90, it is annoying as it will share with some of our later mons. Or actually, wait, does it share with Virizion? No, actually I'm wrong, it has a unique tier to itself. No, because one of my concerns actually while planning around this thing were the speed tiers I had to work with. I thought I made a mistake in doing that, but I didn't. I did build around the speed tiers quite nicely, aside from our last couple picks. But that'll come in later. But yeah, overall, Lucario, this thing will break holes for Salamence. Like most of the things, let's see what Salamence hates. Fairies and steals. Well, guess what Lucario laughs at? Fairies and steals! Yeah, it's going to be a great partner for Salamence, and whether it's just punching holes that Salamence can eventually take advantage of, or coming in as a revenge killer, this thing, or heck, even sweeping under webs. Spoilers, by the way. This thing's going to be a beast. Now then, on to our next pick. I'm gonna be frank with you. I don't want Ditto. But that being said, I don't want to deal with this thing. Let's just go what we have earlier. This thing will break, like, this thing can revenge sweep me. It's just annoying. Inteleon can revenge clean me. Lunarigus I can deal with. Virizion can revenge sweep me. Lucario can revenge clean me. You want to deal with that? No. Like, the main reason they have Ditto is because it puts in work without even having to do anything. Like, if your opponent wants to bring a sweeper, they're gonna have to think, I have to play around Ditto. And while it does open up the potential for substitute sweeping, that's gonna take away precious move slots. And believe me, when you're sweeping, move slots are pretty important. Just like, because not having Earthquake could be the difference between victory and defeat. Maybe that dual wing beater, Outrage on Salamence. But yeah, this thing is evil. It is pure evil. I am so sorry to those who I revenge sweep with it or just use against them, but I'm excited. Anyway, on to a pick that's less scummy and finally finishes my cores. We have Magmortar. This thing, it is a special nuke. Well, Mence may be our physical nuke, and Vrizion's our special wall. This thing's going to break holes and destroy everything. Look at that arm cannon. You want to be on the receiving end of that thing. It also has Flame Body, so it can act as a small physical, like, it can deter physical attackers from hitting Lucario. Lucario's more squishy physical defense. And yeah, speed may be bad, but that's gonna be fixed later. Same thing with stuff like sweeping Lucario. Dadler, my sworn enemy. Like, okay, little backstory from MLP. Like, obviously that was a Hackfield season, and I will be returning to that. But during the prior season, Swadloon was my MVP. It's like, I essentially got to do a holy war of sorts over Swadloon versus Dadler. And I won that season. So now I gotta pick up my sworn enemy just because I needed a Weber. Let's talk about Dodler as a Pokemon. Obviously, that's some pretty decent bulk, especially when you can I can't talk today. When you pair it up with an Eviolite, psychic typing can do you pretty good wonders for breaking some unexpected holes that your opponent's not expecting, because when they see Dodler, they're going to think, oh, it's just a Weber. But then, oh, I got hit with a powerful Bug Buzz and died. But yeah, overall, I'm excited. Like, this thing is going to allow Magmortar and Lucario to break so many holes in the opponent's team. Like, sure, it wastes a lot on Defog, but come in on Lucario, see what happens. And finally, as I look about our team, you may notice a glaring flaw. Hazard control. Renerigus can block, sure. And, well, most of our team breaks holes so hard you don't want to come in versus them. But we do need a remover, as much as I hate to say it. And honestly, I was looking through the lower tiers, and even with Crown Tundra releasing the legendary birds, I had to come back to Articuno. Let's go with Articuno. Obviously, it has Virizion levels of special bulk, one of the worst stealth rock weaknesses in Pokemon history, the terrible ice typing. So, why do I like it? It does have just enough coverage to be a threat to some teams. Heavy duty boots are an Arceus. I am sorry about that. Heavy duty boots just fix all your problems for you. Like, the freeze dry can be annoying to some water type focused teams. Pressure can actually allow it to PP stall a little bit. And despite the fact that, well, it's Articuno, I'm excited for this thing. Like, it's only going to come to a few games, but overall, I like this team. Also, most importantly, it's a defogger. So we won't just die to hazard spam. Articuno will be our redemption versus them. But overall, Articuno, Dodler, Magmortar, Ditto, Lucario, Virizion, Renerigus, Inteleon, Clefable, and Salamence. This is our PMC Showdown Season 4 team. This is going to be our return to draft format, basically. And don't worry, the leagues have done that to end here. MLP is right around the corner. Fire Red's going to continue on for just a bit longer. Sacred Stones will return with a vengeance, eventually. Rest assured, the future is bright for Cosmic Gallade. And I will see you guys next time. Ciao!